Alright, welcome back to another episode of Kira Kira. In today's episode, we're going to start out with Chie's good ending. And speaking of endings, I looked at the guide a little bit more, and it seems like she does not have either a bad ending or a normal ending to go through. So that, I guess that's... I'm fine with it, I suppose, but... looking at the bad ends a little more... oh, I can see how to get them. But I wonder if they'll lead me to the first outcome that I got in one of the episodes. Anyways, let me go through the options just so we could achieve the start of Shinny's good ending route start. Oh, and this one we're gonna get the new, but small little scene with Shinny this time. Neat. Yes, this one. Well, then I should go for success in studies. I mean, that's what you wanted, Chie. Isn't that right, huh?
それがいいよ。そう何度も赤点取るわけにはいかないからね。
Chie just had to remind me of that. Ugh, I'm not scared of flunking. Forget it, I'm not going to drink this water. It's stupid.
どうして私がその方がいいって言ったらやめようとするのよ。
Just to annoy you, duh? I don't like being told what to do.
まったく天の弱なんだから。
そうだよ、他のにしなよ。もしテストがひどくてもまた教えてあげるから。
What? I definitely want to avoid that.
頑張るよ。
Kirara looks serious. I think I should drink it. Okay, I'm going to fill myself up.
なんでだよ、この天の弱。
Kirara votes and Chie and Kashiwara laugh. You know, nobody would have to suffer if drinking water helped them with studies.
そう？案外ご利益があるかもよ。
Do you believe this?
そうじゃないけど、でも良くなるって思って飲んだら自己暗示とか異論なのでちょっとは効果出るかもしれないじゃない。プラシーボってあるし。
Anything viewed through the eyes of fate seems perfect, right?
それはちょっと使い方が違うと思うけど。
Yoink. I pressed the delete button again. Yeah, but you don't need to study anymore, do you? I thought you've already satisfied the criteria of the school you want to go to.
大学は世の中にたくさんあるんだよ。
But you're not the type to insist on the rank of the university, are you?
そうだけど、世の中何があるかわからないからね。安全圏でも落ちるかもしれないし、そしたら別の学校を受けなきゃいけないし、他にも急に何かの事情でテスト受けられなくなったりとか、アクシデントで学問が成就しないかもしれないじゃん。
Right. Like you have to do the same year over because of your family.
そうなのよ。そういうトラブルもなくなってくれるとありがたいよね。今年こそは卒業しなくっちゃ。
Chie seems determined. You sound really serious.
そうなのよ。
You need to avoid the 5th year at Obi Gakuen.
5年目って言うな。
We laughed at each other. Then maybe you should wish for arriving at the testing center safely when you sip?
あなたは実力での留年を避けるように祈らないとね。
Definitely. She makes me sighing. It was finally our turn and they gave us the dipper. Chie ladles the water of the waterfall and takes a sip from the dipper. She's about to dispose the rest of the water by her feet. I'll take that. But I take the dipper out from her hand.
でも
Chie looks a little confused. Don't worry about it, I'm too lazy to get my own dipper. I sip out of the same dipper Chie used. That water isn't ice cold, but it's cold enough. It makes me feel good as my body is warmed by the hot summer sun. I just guzzle the whole thing. Then I exhale.
いい飲みっぷりだね。これでご利益なくなっちゃったけど、一口じゃないとダメなんだよ。
Chie laughs at me. It doesn't matter, I don't believe in it anyway. I wash a dipper with the water and hand it to the person after me.
まったく何のために選んだんだか。
It doesn't mean anything to get a good grade if you're being held by some god, right? I should only use my own ability, and if it doesn't work, then it's for the better.
何かっこつけてるのよ。
I mean it. I don't believe in using mysterious powers.
そんなこと言っても留年は本当につらいよ。
I bet you know what you're talking about. We go down the stone steps with the waterfall. Kashibara and Kirari are waiting for us at the bottom of the steps.
なんか仲良さそう。
Kirari looks at the both of us.
何が？
ニコニコ話し合っちゃってさ。
It's nothing.
そうか。
Kirari pouts her lips. I skipped time for me. Yeah, obviously no, this not yet, anyways. I have to say no to her, so that makes sense.
とは言っても屋外演奏の機材なんか持っとらんしな。でも路上ライブっつうかヒッピーみたいな人今でもたまーにおるよね。
Really? I'm not very familiar with that kind of culture.
なんで知らんの。せっかく日本全国回っとるんやろ。そういう先輩方のことはよく勉強せな。
Alright, Chie, I get it. How am I supposed to study them?
せやったら神戸行ったらええよ。
Kobe.
表舞台には出えへんけど業界ではちょっと有名なおっさんが知り合いにおるから見に行ったらええわ。最近はちょっと体悪くしはってて自宅に引きこもって近くのライブハウスを見とるっちゅう話やからきっとすぐ見つかると思う。気さくで人好きなおっさんやからアメ村の友に紹介されたって言って訪ねたら喜ぶで。
Okay.
もしよかったらやけどな。昔からロックやっとるキャリアの長い人やからいろいろと参考になるような面白い話聞けるんとちゃうかな。せっかく旅に出たんやしいろんな人と交流持たな。旅は道連れ世は情けって言うし。
I think what she's saying is right. The good thing about street performing is that we've got to interact with different people on the spot. It's interesting to meet a wide range of people through music. I'll talk to my members. I decided to go back where everyone is after hearing a few other things about that guy from Tomasan. As I leave the dark theater and the brightness of the outside hurt my eyes, Tomasan sees me up at the door. I see fed about her.
旅は交流が大事やけど男女の仲も親密な交流が大事なんやで。
She speaks and smiles. I know she is joking, but I don't know how to react to her words. That makes her laugh so hard. Anyway, so I know Kobe is in Hyogo, but I'm not really familiar with that city. It's probably because Hyogo is not a familiar prefecture for me. My impression of Hyogo... Wait, let me check the options after I chosen that one. Okay, there's going to be 1 and 2. One of the options says that there's an alternative Tsuchi for me to choose for later. Okay. I'll make a save later, I suppose. But yeah, there are 2 more options for me to choose later. Anyways, my impression of Hyogo is pretty much the same as Osaka. When I hear Hyogo, I think of Koshien and Nakashi, but Kobe does not sound like it's a part of Hyogo. It's like telling people from Kansai that Yokohama is a part of Kanagawa. They laugh at me when I say that to the members of the car.
兵庫以外の何者でもないじゃん。
yoink. Jenny laughs.
ちょっ
I'm
と
too lazy
その感覚は伝わりにくいですね。
to find this image, or maybe will find it easily, but just in case I'll make a copy, I suppose. Says Kashawara, anyways.
鹿くん、地理も苦手なの？
Kirari looks concerned. Shut up, I know that it's in yoga. I'm just talking about the atmosphere, you know? I look outside the window. The car feels comfortable now that it's been serviced, as if it is a different car. It's still bad compared to a normal car, but I'm glad that the strange noise is gone. We don't have to shout out anymore when we want to talk. It takes a while to get to Kobe from Osaka, but we have a smooth and stress-free ride. We are in the middle of the port of Kobe. The quiet surface of the Seto Island inland sea is reflecting the glaring sunlight. I wondered if that big island is Isurugi or the sea is the famous Pochui Island. And now that there's a myth that the island was born when the god Izanami stared to sea. Kobe is famous for the big earthquake they had, but the view I'm seeing right now is very organized. I believe that the highway we are on right now was knocked over by the earthquake. I was still a child back then, but I vaguely remember seeing it on TV. It looked like the end of the world, but now it's rebuilt beautifully like this. I'm impressed at what people can do. Traveling is beneficial and gives me more knowledge.
で、その半田って人がよくいるライブハウスってどこなの？
I got directions. I guess it's not a big theater though.
ちょっとわからないな。家の住所は聞いてるんだっけ？
I do, but should we try to go there? We don't have to try and find them desperately.
だけどせっかく教わったんだしな。わざわざ言ってくれるからにはそれだけのものがあるんだと思うけど。
But I think we shouldn't have a high expectation to an opportunity like this.
世界のあちこちを旅してロックをやってきたんでしょ？会ってみたいな。
Karate seems excited. I know she gets fascinated by those stories. I think it's interesting too. But they must be an odd person to do something like that at his age. I mean, they look strange from the outside too. He probably has long dyed hair with a bandana around his head. He wears leather jacket and leather pants with huge boots and silver bulky jewelry all over him. He goes anywhere he wants with that ridiculous outfit and intimidates people. It might sound too stereotypical, but that is my absolute image of an old rock star who travels around the world with a guitar in his hand. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm sure that he's not just an ordinary guy. I have nothing against Thomas-san though. Typical adults in this industry are shady. If he's into rock more than usual, then he must be nuts.
でも私たち今その怪しい世界に足を突っ込んでるんだけどね。だから先人の意見も重要かもしれないよ。
Chie smiles bitterly. That's true, but we're just kids, and we're only doing this as a temporary thing. Plus, all of you are girls. I am concerned about you all as the only man in the band. I don't want us to go too deep in this world.
あ、鹿くん、いざとなったら私たちみんなを守ってくれるの？
No. Karaida leans forward with a smile. Only if I can.
なにその頼りない返事。何があっても守るとか言ったらかっこいいのに。
I only get serious when I have to protect someone I love. What if I get injured by trying to save you guys?
チューケチ。
She frowns and goes back to her seat. Don't you have other things to think about before relying on someone? I always wanted to say this once. I think you all should be more cautious as young females. Are you expecting me to protect you guys all the time? That's not going to happen. I'll leave you behind if I want. Then you have to learn to protect yourself. As I speak, I see Kashiwara's smiling face in the rear view mirror. Why are you smiling? I'm telling you that I'm going to leave you behind.
そうですね。
Fuck yeah! She's still smiling. You're making me feel weird.
鹿之助はそう言うけどさ、今回の場合はいいじゃん。神戸ではこれといった目的もないんだしさ、ライブハウス行こうよ。
Okay, let's go then. We decide to go and check out the Rock Cafe? But we're not going there only to look for that guy named Honda? We might even get a chance to perform for a small fee? We're not trying to spy on them, but it's sort of like that. I'm curious about the bands in Kobe. We checked the magazine to find one of the popular rock cafes in that city.
半田さんね、最近来てないですね。寝室鬼没やからどこにいるかよくわかりません。神戸にはいると思いますけど、風来坊ですからね。
Yoink. It's still early. The theater janitor is cleaning up around the front door. We ask him where we can find the street musicians around here.
最近は取り締まりがうるさいから路上ライブはちょっと無理やないかと思います。街を外れたとこまで行ったら平気かもしれないですけど。
They're not interested in performing for foxes and raccoons in the forest. I told my hand.
ここでは近いところでブッキングに空きとかないですか？
空きはないですね。うちに限らずどこも地元のバンドでいっぱいだと思いますよ。こんな季節やし。
ああ、やっぱりそうですか。ありがとうございます。あとすみませんでした。仕事の邪魔して。
Chie bows at him.
いえいえ、こちらこそ。せっかく遠くから来はったのにお力になれなくて。よかったら神戸観光楽しんで行ってください。
We leave the place after getting the flyer of tonight's scheduled live there. We can't just be playing around here. How much money do we have left, Chie?
正直もうかなり厳しいかな、やっぱり。できれば路上ライブでもして少し旅費の足しにしたいところだけど。
I know. I sigh deeply.
ねえ、元町と言ったら外国人居留地だよね。運命開花の時にたくさん西洋人が来たんだけど、当時の風情がまだ残ってるんだよ。すぐ近くだから見に行こうよ。
Sheena is completely in a tourist mode.
大震災のあった時期になると神戸ルミナリエって言ってすっごい綺麗なイルミネーションやるんだよ。知ってる？
Kirari continues to smile. I'm gonna go with that as like a real thing. It is. The Kobe Luminari is a light festival in Kobe, Japan, that takes place every winter. It's a memorial to the victims of the 1995 Great Tension earthquake. That was briefly mentioned by the main character, I assume. And it looks... Wow. Holy... It looks beautiful, but... I see. I've heard of it, but when is the earthquake memorial season?
12月。
Then that's irrelevant now? But how did you know about it?
ここに来る間、鹿くんの携帯で調べてたんだもん。
What are you doing with my cell phone? Karate always takes my cell phone when saying that she needs to update her blog. I think she uses it more than I do. Although we're not too thrilled about Sheena's tour plan, we decided to follow her guide. If we can't perform on the streets, we have nothing else to do until the theaters open at night. The place she is talking about is not that far away from where we're at. So we decided to go there.
なんだか私たち場違いっぽいよね。
Yoink. Chie makes a better face. The city has many historic buildings and it feels like we're in a foreign country. There are a number of top brand boutiques on the streets. It is crowded with tourists and other shoppers. And they are all dressed neatly. Whereas we are dressed too raggedy. Being in a band that is traveling around the country, we are all dressed in relaxed, comfortable clothes. But we seem to be standing out in this city. Of course, there are no guys wearing girls' clothes out here.
綺麗だな
Kirari comments innocently with her punkish pink hair.
元町に来るの久しぶりです
Kashiwara is blending in with the sunshade in her hand. You've been here before?
おじいさまの付き添いで何度か
So you shopped in those expensive boutiques?
いいえ私もおじいさまもそういったものにはあまり興味がありませんから
Kashiwara shakes her hand. You don't have interests, huh? It sounds lame when poor people say that, but it sounds different when a rich girl is saying it.
あそこのレストランで食事をした記憶があります
She points at an expensive-looking restaurant in a European-style building. I can't even read the name of the restaurant written in cursive letters.
美味しかった
Kirari asks with curiosity, but a typical commenter like me is just depressed and has nothing else to say. I always knew it, but I just realized there are upper-class people around in this society. As I whisper, Chie laughs.
ほんと今更だよ。でもそうね。
She replies to me. We take a block for a while and arrive at the Kitano Ichikan town. This place is a tourist attraction and we feel more comfortable to be here. The town is filled with Western-style buildings. Oops. I just noticed. Sorry about that. And it feels like we are in the Meiji period.
ねえ鹿之助、昔の人がハイカラっていうのはこういうものだったんだろうね。
I'll Google that later. Shieni and I walk side by side while Kirare pulls Kashiwara's arm and walks away in front of us. They are beautiful, but I like traditional Japanese buildings more. There is no taste here.
これはこれで一つの風情だと思うけどな。
You might be right, but it seems too much like Christians to took over Japan.
それはミッション系学校の生徒が言うセリフではないわね。
That's a different story. You've heard of Japanese spirit and Western knowledge, right?
その言葉使い方間違ってるよ。それにキリスト教だけってわけじゃないみたいよ。ユダヤ教とか中国人の建物もあるみたい。
It's the same thing in a sense because we got invaded by other countries. Anyway, look how energetic Shino is. I feel bad for Kashiwara. I wonder what she ate to be so hyper.
何を年寄りみたいなことを。
But I'm starting to feel exhausted from this trip. What about you, Chie? Aren't you exhausted from driving all the time?
まあ確かに体は疲れてるね。でも気分はかえって元気になってるよ。
Really? After so much driving, you're still somehow only tired physically. That's good to hear. We're now in the center of Ijinkan town, the Kiano-cho Circle. Yoink. It is a beautiful round circle and with white organized bricks in the ground. Kirari and Kashiwara are waiting for us there.
ねえ向こうに鳥居があるでしょあれ天神様なんだよ神戸にもあるなんて知らなかった行こうよ
She speaks as soon as she sees it. What's Tenjin-sama?
菅原道真のことです菅原道真というのは
I know him. He's a god of wisdom, right? Go ahead of her.
行ってきなって鹿くんは来な ないの？
I'm beat. I'm not into shrines. So I'll just wait over there by the bench.
ああ、私もそうする。運転があるしね。
About time. Chie decides to stay with me.
二人とも疲れやすいな。じゃあサリナちゃん行こう。
Hey, all you do is snore at the back of the car, so shut up. Kirari sips at Kashiwara and smiles. Kashiwara seems tired too, but she can't resist Kirari's smile. The two of them start heading towards the long pathway of the shrine. They are so tough in this heat! I sit by a bronze statue of a girl playing a flute. However, I sat up right away because the bench is too hot from the sunlight. Who decided to set up a bench under the direct sunlight? When I touch the bronze statue of a girl, her arm is also hot like a heated pan. I touch her breast region next. It is also burning like fire.
どこ触ってるのよ。
Nowhere, yoink. Ginny asks me with a surprised voice. Well, I was just curious about how hot this statue was, if you get what I'm saying. The heart is burning hotter than I expected. I'm no wonder the shade.
あんな堂々と触って。
She is trying to say something to me, but she frowns as she sees me fanning under my skirt with a fan I found.
あんたもう本当に恥じらいってものがないのね。
Take it easy. I'm not the real girl, you know. It feels cool.
道行く人がみんな振り返るわよ。その格好で注目されてもいいの？
I'm used to this by now.
呆れた。
Jenny shakes her head. Anyway, look around. There are bronze statues all over the place, but they're all playing an instrument.
本当だ。
You should have brought their instruments and played here too.
どういう理屈よ。
We can blend into the view.
無理よ。100歩譲ったとしても、こんなところでパンクロックなんか演奏したら間違いなく怒られると思う。
But if we wear traditional costumes from all over the world, they might let us perform.
しないよ。
That's disappointing.
本気で言ってるのか冗談なのかわからないよ。
Jenny makes a confused face. You know, I don't joke around. She sighs as I reply her with a serious face.
旅ももうすぐ終わりだね。
She changes the subject. It is?
そうみたい。
We are running out of money?
うん。
She nods.
そろそろ厳しいかな。
We have funds for the return trip home, right?
あるよ。
We can use that to go further.
そうしたら帰れないじゃない。
She laughs as she answers.
でも、それくらい遠くへ行きたいな。
She sighs again. Then she stares at the distant sky. You want to go that far? I ask her while looking up at the sky with her. Does the white clouds look like they are fixed in the sky?
遠くへ行きたいですね。
She mutters. You don't like to be at home? There is a silence. I feel uncomfortable and look into her face.
どうでしょう。
She smiles as if she is hiding something. Yoink. I look straight forward. People had more imagination in the past.
夢？
They used to believe that they could stand on the clouds, right? Every time they looked up to the sky, they probably imagined the world above the clouds. They had no idea that clouds are nothing but collections of water and ice.
ずいぶんメルヘンチックなこと言い出したね。
Right. I wondered if the wrong perception was a tragedy or happiness.
また妙なこと考えるのね。
I think it's okay for people to have mistakes, as long as it leads to a wider imagination. It's not fun to conclude everything scientifically. What do you think?
どっちもじゃないかな。だけど私も雲の上に乗れるものなら乗ってみたいよ。
Then I'll take you there someday.
え？鹿之助が？
Yep, well, welcome to the soft clouds. It must be fun.
それって一体どういう例えのつもりで？
I'm saying it in a literal sense. But you need to lose weight. You might be too heavy to walk on the cloud now. She frowns at my words.
急に失礼なこと言うのね。でも私太ってるつもりはないんだけどな。
But I can't take you on the clouds unless you're light as air, you know?
じゃあ無理じゃん。
She raises her eyebrows. It's not like I can use magic.
まったくもう少しはロマンチックなことを言ってくれるのかと思ったら出来損ないの一休さんみたいなことを言ってごまかして。
I don't know who that is, so I guess it's not an insult. She sighs again.
でも今の会話昔みたいだね。小さい頃こんなことばっかり話してた気がする。
Did we?
鹿之助は相変わらず性格が悪い。
Ouch. You think so?
そうだよ。でもあのまま年を取らなければよかったな。
She speaks with a sad voice, and there is silence for a minute. I assume she's tired, but I don't ask her anything. It's obvious that she is beat. Things are getting better with her parents, but she might go through tough times once she goes back home. But during this trip, she can't forget about them. She might be more exhausted once this trip ends and the second literature club stops operating. She never shows her emotions outward, but I think I can finally see a part of her true self. As I think about her, I realize how thirsty I am. I stand up from the bench to get something to drink, but I decide to get the ice cream instead. I search around and find a convenience store that sells soft-served ice cream. I buy 2 of them. I rush back and find Chie lying at the bench. Hey! Yoink! Chie! I call her, but she won't wake up. As I take my ear closer to her nose, I hear a peaceful snore. It's dangerous for a young lady to fall asleep in a place like this. I guess she was this much exhausted unless the sun actually hit her in the head. I just told her to be more cautious today. I guess she is that tired. She's been trying the whole trip this summer. She might be feeling exhausted even though she hasn't told us about it. Yeah. Up until this point, she never actually talked about how tired she was from the driving. Well, she did mention that she's physically tired, and that's it. Before that, never. Speaking of the driving, once more, I'm very fucking impressed how much they throw in to perform for everyone. Honestly. I'll slowly sit down without waking her up. What should I do with this ice cream? If I wait for her to wake up, it will melt. But I don't want to eat both of them. I think about it while staring at her sleeping face. She moves her lips every once in a while. She's been doing this since she was a kid. I thought her face hadn't changed. But as I stare at her, I realize how mature and pretty she has become. She said she wanted to stay a kid forever, but she's grown into a beautiful woman. I never noticed when she is awake, but she looks so cute in her sleep. My heart is starting to race as I stare at her. I'm used to seeing her, but I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I feel uncomfortable. I haven't taken care of myself lately because I was living with a bunch of girls. I try to erase my desire from my mind, but I can't resist her body in front of me. I don't mean to feel this way, but I can't control myself. I have no choice. I look around in a hurry. No one is paying attention to us now. Everyone is caught up with the beautiful view and they don't care about the girl lying on the bench beside a guy in a girl's outfit. Are they gonna go for her breasts as well? Kirari and Kashiwara won't come back for a while. It's your fault, Chie. I gotta have what's in front of me. I don't care what people think. It is wrong not to do anything when you have an unguarded girl in front of you. Oh god. I'm dressed like this, but I'm still a guy? It's not like this is my first time. I've done it several times when we were kids. Not on her lips, but on her cheeks. It's not a big deal anymore. I can do it on her lips. As I'm confused in my heart, my face is approaching hers. My back is cramping from the awkward position. But I have no choice. My lips are almost touching her lips. At that moment, Chie rolls over. I'm surprised by her action and pull myself away from her. The next moment, the ice cream falls off the cone and lands on her face. She wipes her face while dozing and gets ice cream all over her hands. She opens her eyes. Let me explain. That is not what you think it is. That is actually ice cream that fell over from a cone. I move my body in order to give her an explanation. To her, ice cream falls off. This time it lands on her hair. She jumps up. Her face is covered with white liquid. Oh, you got sprayed on your face. I unconsciously make a comment. She can't understand the situation and begins to panic. She finally looks at me and stops.
もしかしてこれ鹿之助が
I'm scared, but make my decision. That's right. I bought ice cream for you, but you were asleep, so I tried it all in your face. Look at you. I laugh out loud and on purpose.
鹿之助
Her body starts shaking with anger. I continue to laugh, but I can't stop feeling fearful. I step back while laughing in order to create a distance between us. She picks up the ice cream on the ground and throws it to me. It makes a perfect hit on my face. It hurts because there is sand in there too.
なんでこんなバカなことするのよ子供じゃないでしょ
Shut up! There are times you want to go back to childhood too, right?
ない
People stare at us as we scream at each other. I'm especially standing out for screaming in a girl's outfit. But I don't care right now. She tries to slap me, but I avoid her.
避けないでよ
Yada. It's going to hurt me!
それくらい我慢しなさい
She tries to punch me with her fist this time, but I swerve to the side and avoid it again. She tries to kick me next. I step back to avoid her kick. My skirt flies out with the wind. People start cheering at my moves.
なんでそんな器用なの
I got the speed from tennis and the defense technique from the martial art movies.
悔し
You stare at each other with ice cream stuck on our faces. We may look silly, but we are serious.
何やってんの
We got bored from waiting, so we started to fight. Kirari and Kashiwara come back and try to break us up.
だって鹿之助が
Chie briefly explains the situation.
それはちょっと
前島さんのいたずらが過ぎましたね。
Kashiwara smiles bitterly.
アイスもったいないな。
She's worrying about the ice cream. That's all Kirari cares about.
まった
Of
く
course.
冗談じゃないわよ、こんなことするなんて。
Shut up, you're too sensitive. I defend myself, but I know I'm being unreasonable. I admit that I'm the one at fault. But I can't compromise because if I did, I'll lose.
とにかく顔を洗ってきたらどうですか？そのままじゃ虫が寄ってきますよ。
The word bug persuades her, and she starts walking towards the public restroom with a frown on her face.
あ、ちょっと待って。
Kirari stops Chie and comes closer towards me.
何？
She doesn't answer and instead takes out my cell phone from my bag.
そのベタベタの顔を撮るから、二人とも顔を近づけて。
My voice and Chie's voice overlaps.
ほらほら。
We both know that Kirari is stubborn once she makes up her mind. We don't feel like battling Kirari in a place like this. We stand side by side each other.
二人ともほっぺたくっつけて。
それは無理。
Muri desu. I can't either!
やだ。
No. She starts begging, but I don't want to do it. But I can't win over Kirari. We want to wash our faces as soon as possible, so we decide to do what she tells us.
あんまり押し付けないでよ。肌がザラザラする。ビタミンもうちょっと取りなさいよ。
Thanks, Mom. Chie complains. That's not my skin you're feeling, that's sand! Can you stop sweating? It's sticking on me and it's making me sick!
なんだと。
Kirari smiles as we battle each other.
はい、そのまま笑って。
できるか。
チーズ。
She presses the button and takes a picture of our angry faces. Kashiwara is giggling behind her. I'm going to go wash my face. I try to head towards the restroom.
ちょっとついてこないでよ。
Jenny complains. It's towards the same direction. Why don't you go find it in a different place?
なんで私が場所変えないといけないの？
Then don't complain.
もういいわ。分かったから話しかけないで。
You're the one who spoke to me first. Jenny won't answer me. Okay. As I finish washing my face in the sink, I bump into her again outside of the door. We walk back to Kashiwara and Kirari without saying anything to each other. The two of them were laughing while looking at the cell phone. They must be looking at the picture.
二人とも仲いいんですね。
I wonder what Kashiwara's been smoking while Chie and I were fighting. The sun is going down, and we arrive at a rock cafe. It looks like it may have a punk rock show. According to Kirari, this is why we came here. I don't know what we're trying to uncover, but we are scouting it out. Chie and I didn't exchange any words on our way here. In the beginning, I was acting like I was mad in order to hide the fact that I tried to kiss her, but now I'm really pissed off at her nasty attitude. You started it though, you asshole. Jesus Christ. It was just ice cream, what's the big deal? I wound up getting it on my face too, so it's fair play. Plus, it might be good for the skin. Not all because of the ice cream, because of your attitude, douchebag. Kirari and Kashiwara joyfully walked to the building, disregarding our attitude. A cute girls band is scheduled to perform tonight at this music joint. I don't care, but Kirari and the other girls want to check them out. I wonder why girls like to make compliments about other girls. Guys don't really have a culture of praising other guys with a cute face. However, I do have a little bit of interest in seeing this girls band, especially if they are really hot. I keep my secret feelings inside of me and continue to walk with a sullen face. It's been a while since I came to a theater as an audience member. Once I buy the ticket and get a drink at the counter, I start getting excited and forget about the fight and the fact that I'm dressed as a girl. Because at the summer break, the hall is crowded with young people. There are showy guys with hair like karate, girls that seem like groupies, and also normal looking girls. How is my phone looking in terms of battery? I can't check that out properly, otherwise I'll stop the recording. Well, whatever. If it runs out of battery, I think I'm gonna lose my recording file, if that's the case. Whatever. There's showy guys with hair like karate, girls that seem like groupies, and also normal looking girls. The place is filled with an atmosphere of summer vacation. I'm not familiar with any bands that are performing. They are all amateurs, so it's no wonder I've never heard of them. But it feels weird because we're used to working with Star Generation! However, the show is pretty amusing. Although I see it different, but now because I know how it is to be on the stage after practicing hard. I understand the feelings of performers, from the way they move and the way they look. You know what, I'll stop recording for a little bit with the face cam. Oh yeah, 6%, fuck that. Guess I'll continue on like this for a little while. I understand the feelings of performers, but the way they move and the way they look. I can tell when the drummer is too excited and going fast, or when the guitarist is not listening to the other member's sounds. I can also tell which band is a new and hasn't had a chance to practice much. Before, no matter who was performing, I was only surprised at how loud the sound was, but now it's different. I'm enjoying the way my view has changed. I feel sympathy when I see bands with shitty performing skills. I even feel joy when those bands succeed with their song. I finally realized that the fun part of watching the show is not only listening to the good bands. The performance of the girls' band that Karate was interested in was not that great, but he was sexy, and their MC with the Cassie accent was very funny. They looked wonderful under the stage light, and I almost fell in love with them. Overall, I'm having a pretty satisfying night. I feel like I can find enjoyment in any bad performance now. It is now in the middle of the night after we finished seeing every performance. Excited and hungry, I almost speak to Chie with a smile, but I remember how we are fighting, and I stop myself. She also looks away with a sour face. I look for Karate and Kashwara, but they are talking with a stranger in the corner of the room. It's an elegant looking guy around 40 with a neat outfit on. I think he's trying to hit on them or something. It's hard to believe a gentleman like that is here to see the show. I can't help but assume that he's here to pick up young girls. Or maybe he could be the guy we're looking for? Honda, was it? But it seems like they are talking about something else. They are having a deep conversation. What are they talking about with that stranger? Chie seems like she is having the same impression as me. As we stand there with a look of suspicion, Kirari waves at us.
来て来てこの人が半田さんだって
Awesome. What? I raise my voice. This is an unexpected encounter. He's totally different from my imagination. Yoink. Oh, yoink. He doesn't look like a guy who is into rock music and wandering all over the world. He looks like a businessman who could be working for an elite company. I don't know how to react. I think it's true. It does look like a businessman who's laid back at the moment. It's hard to talk with a delinquent person, but I also struggle interacting with a noble person like him. Actually, I don't have any experience like that. Not knowing what to say, I walk closer to him with silence.
どうも、半田良介です。
He politely introduces himself and bows at me. Oh, hi, I am Maejima. My introduction sounds awkward.
へえ、本当に男なんやね。こう間近で見ても女性にしか見えんのにな。
He touches his chin and became impressed.
ですよね。
Kirari responds with joy.
そっちの可愛らしいお嬢さんもバンドメンバーなのかい？
あ、はい、ドラムのイスルギです。
ドラムをやってるとは思えないような華奢なお嬢さんやね。
そうでもないですよ。私運転もいっぱいしてるし。
そうかい？
Mm-hmm.
そうですって。ほら見てください、この力こぶを。
The muscles on her hands, not on her chest. Hana-san smiles awkwardly as Chie shows her biceps.
それじゃあ立ち話もなんやし、飲みにでも行こうか。この近くにいい店を知ってるんだ。
We decide to leave the place. He brought us to a cozy Italian bar. It is extravagant and nothing like the chain bar we often use. However, it's still comfortable enough for us, which shows how this guy has a good taste. When I order beer, the waiter gives me different options. I choose the one in the middle of the list, but it is nothing like what I've tasted before. It's good, but more than anything, it tastes strange.
そういえば友とはもう何年も会っていないな。最後に会ったのは中学を出るか出ないかの頃で、やけに短いスカートを履いていたっけ。今は随分大人になっているんじゃないか。
And warning. Hana-san speaks with a glass of straight vodka in his hand. He's talking about Tomo-san and Osaka. Yeah, but I don't think she was wearing that short skirt anymore. I replied to his question.
いい女になってたろ。
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Hana-san is staring at me and awaiting my response, so I nod in front of everyone with embarrassment. He smiles at my reaction.
しかしあの子がわざわざ僕を紹介するってことは、よっぽど君たちのバンドを気に入ったんやな。
そうなんですか？
ああ、昔から好き嫌いの激しい性格だから、そんなに親切なことはしないはずなんだ。もしかしたらバンドが好かれたんやなくて、特定の人間が好かれたのかもしれないが。
Gee, I wonder whom. He glances at me while speaking.
そういえばそんな雰囲気はあったような。
Kashiwara makes a comment as she thinks about what happened.
そうなの、シカ君。
Kirara comes closer towards me. Well, I didn't feel that way. Its pathetic voice is cracking.
まったく目を離した隙に何をしているのやら。ほんとこいつばっかりはわからないからね。
Chie speaks without looking at me. She's rude, but it's because we're still fighting. We continue to eat, drink, and talk with Hana-san. His story about traveling around the world is very interesting.
やっぱりインドが最高やったな。
インドですか？
Kashiwara asks with a red face. She's been drinking even though she was hesitant in the beginning.
そうだね。初めて行ったのはまだ20代の時やったかな。バックパックとギターケース持ってイギリス人と一緒だった。
He's an international guy who went there with a British guy?
で、このイギリス人ってのがとんでもないジャンキーでね。とにかくゴアかバラナシに行きたいって言うんだ。それでとりあえずバラナシまで行ったんやけども、いや、インドってのはほんとすごいね。空港を降りた時点ですでに相当あれだったんだが、奥地へ入ると価値観がひっくり返るよ。それでもバラナシってのはまだマシな方らしいんだが。
he starts talking about the famous Genghis. Wait, let me turn back the. My phone is charged. I can turn this back on. He starts talking about the famous Genghis River.
焼いた死体を川に捨てるっていうだろ。でもあれね、完全な灰になるわけやない。結構焼け残ったりするんだ。するとね、そのあたりの野良犬が川の中から手だか足だかを加えてきてうろついてるんやけど、みんな平気なんだよ。もう慣れっこなのか、そんなことどうでもいいって精神状態なのか知らないが、日本じゃ考えられないだろ。
Can't wait to read the whole thing about the Genghis River later, I suppose. His story is making me lose my appetite, but he laughs. He tells us about how they see drinking alcohol as a taboo, but they sell lassi with marijuana inside in the middle of their streets. He also tells us that white backpackers were smoking joints all day in the dormitory. Some people who's been staying there for a long time was lying on the bed all the time like a dysfunctional person.
あれはもっと危ない薬もやってたね。あのままじゃすぐに死んじまったろう。だけど外国人も死んだらガンジス川の泥水に流してもらえるんやろか。
Yoink. Everything about his story is shocking.
インドはそういうの合法なんですか？
Chie asks without a surprised face.
いや、覚醒剤だとか麻薬は向こうでも完全な違法だろう。でもガンジャはそれに比べればオープンだったな。ガンジャラッシーはジュースみたいに普通に売ってるし、宗教的にも意味合いの強い物質みたいやし、そういう感じはなかったな。
You know what? I'm gonna Google that at least right here. Ganja, let's see, please. I'm not getting the desired results, but I'm getting something related with cannabis? Yeah, let's just say it. What? How to get like an idiot illegally? Legal weed juice, yay! That's all I see. He tells us that.
ま、僕には関係ないけれどね。僕はそういうの大嫌いやから。そのイギリス人ジャンキーは楽しみまくってたけどね。しょうもないやつだった。大して詳しくもないのに、夜中のそういう集まりに出かけて、バッドトリップして具合悪くなってるうちに楽器と財布を盗まれてたよ。無一文になって帰ってきたやつに僕は言ったんだ。命があっただけ奇跡だから、お前の神に感謝しろって。
So you never experimented with drugs? I can't believe him.
もちろんだとも。君らもね、そんなもんしたらいけないよ。ロックって言ったら、かっこつけて悪いことをやりたくなるやつが多くて困るんだが。
そんなことはしないです。
There's determination on Kirari's face.
そうか、すまん。じゃあ次はオランダのアムステルダムに行った時の話なんやけれど。
But Amsterdam is the mecca of drugs. Are you sure you never tried it?
おお、そこに突っ込む人がいてくれたか。ありがとう。気づかれなかったらどうしようかと思った。
He laughs. He changes the subject and talks about how he almost got attacked by a gay guy in an American theater and witnessed a shooting in Europe.
参考になります。
Kirari keeps on repeating these words with a red face, but I wonder what she's learning from him. Your trip is more like a dangerous tour of the world rather than rock musician's music tour. I speak with a drowsy drunkhead. I might be seeing something rude.
そうだね。そういう意味合いの方が強かったな。とにかくいろんなものを見たかったんだよ。一箇所にとどまれない性格やったし。
It's impressive how you were able to live like that for a long time. How did you get enough money to travel around that much?
僕は家が金持ちやったからね。働く必要なんかないんだよ。
He simply replies.
もしかしてじゃあ今も無職なんですか？
Chie asks with a surprised voice.
無職って言い方は良くないな。マンション経営ということにしておいてくれ。管理は全部人がやってるけれども。
You're up to no good! Hana-san who looks like a gentleman laughs at my words.
まあそうだね。
結婚はどうしたんですか？
一度したことがあるけど逃げられちゃったよ。それっきりかな。
He shrugs.
そりゃそうですよ。奥さんだってそんなに遊んでばっかりで家にいてくれないんじゃ寂しいですよ。
離婚の理由はそれだけじゃないやろうけど、それはそうだったろうね。
He nods.
まああの時は。
As he continues to talk, Shibata bangs her head on the table, making a loud noise. Does she pass out? What's about to pass out? She gets up while rubbing her forehead.
大丈
Yoink. Kirari asks with a surprised face.
夫？ちょっと眠くなっちゃって。
She asks vaguely and curls up her body.
いつの間にかずいぶん飲みすぎちゃったのね。
Chie's face is also red.
そうだな。もう夜も遅い。そろそろお開きにするか。みんな今日の宿はもう決まってるのかい？
He looks at our faces. No, not yet.
まあ車にでも泊まります。
Chie follows me.
それならうちに泊まらないか。
What?
こんなに酔わせたのは長く付き合わせた僕の責任やからね。結構広い家なんだ。車で寝るよりはずっと快適やと思う。それに何と言ってもタダだ。
You look at his shower?
そんなありさまで路上で寝かすなんて危なすぎるよ。ここはインドじゃないが物騒な事件だって起こらないとも限らない。
Hana-san smiles. We decided to accept his invitation. He calls the driver and we get inside of his big luxury car. His house is far from Kobe City, but it's in the middle of a quiet and luxurious neighborhood. It's not as big as like a Shibata mansion, but he lives in a nice area. Is this the place called Ashia?
さあ。
She replies vaguely with a red face. I don't know. I can't see shit.
わあ、これ半田さんなの
Kirari gets excited as soon as we enter the living room. Is this really you, Mr. Hana-san, sir? She points at the cardboard with old pictures. Oh! She's looking at him, she's saying herself. Probably then. I thought it was a grammatical error. If anything. In one of the photos, a young man in a casual outfit is staring at us with a guitar in his hand.
ああ、10代の頃の写真だ。痩せてるだろ？
痩せてるけど、それより
He looks so cool. From the background, it seems like he is standing in front of an European apartment or something. A man at the center of the picture has light-colored skin and glaring eyes. His outfit is so chic and cool. It reminds me of a modern rock star. It looks cool enough that he can probably use this as a jacket for a record.
これは留学生時代の写真やな。イギリスのバンドのサポートをした時のやつだ。グラムロックみたいなのをやってるバンドだったな。ライブに行く前に撮ったんだよ。僕はこのオカマみたいな衣装が気に入らなかったんで、すごく不機嫌な顔をしてるだろ。
He bitterly smiles.
いや、すごい綺麗です。
She's enchanted by the picture. Now I know what kind of guy she's into.
それに比べてこっちは随分とワイルドな格好の写真ですね。
So that's why she was dressing me up in a girl's clothes. And she wanted me to battle enough to be a girl forever. She's into crime sisters, goddammit! Chie points at the picture next to the first one. It is a picture of a guy with raggedy clothes on.
それは日本を放浪してた時の写真だね。ちょうどヒッピーブームの時さ。かぶれてたわけでもないんやけれど、何しろこの格好は楽だからね。
いろいろな服装してるんですね。ポリシーとかそういうのはないんですか？
ないな。その時面白いって思ったスタイルをやってただけ。今はもう年だからこうして人並みな格好をしているけれどね。飽きたら帰るさ。
I see. That's why you look different in every picture? I think we can tell the history of pop culture just by these pictures.
まったくそうやな。だけどお前らちょっとならならしいぞ。僕が親と同じくらいの年齢だってことを忘れとるんやないか。
He laughs.
それよりその子を早く横にしてやった方がいい。もうぐでんぐでんやないか。
Right, Kashivan. He points at the guest bedroom while speaking. Where should I sleep?
そうだな。その奥の部屋を使うといい。部屋にあるタオルとか備品は適当に使ってくれて構わない。なくなって困るようなものはないからな。
He's such a generous but a strange person. That's why he's been wandering around for a long time. I helped take Kashwara to the bed and go to the room I was given. I sank into the bed and sleep for about 30 minutes, but I wake up before I really fall asleep. I have to remove my makeup before I sleep. I get up with all my energy and go to the bathroom. I realized that Chie and Kirari took a bath before they went to sleep because I smelled a scent of shampoo. I think about bathing Chu, but I'm too sleepy for that. I wash my face in the sink and go back to the room. When I get back in the room, I realize something is different. I quickly notice why. This is the girls' room, and they are sleeping peacefully on the bed and the couch. I made a mistake and came into their room. Walking into their room like this is a problematic and exciting thing to do, but I'm not feeling anything because of the alcohol and my sleepiness. Instead of steamy tarts, I started thinking about something else. Chie has been ignoring me for the remainder of the night. I was doing the same to her too, but she should have compromised because she's older than me. I know it rubs ice cream on her face, but we've been friends since childhood. She should be more forgiving. I don't know if it's because of the alcohol, but I am starting to get pissed off. Let's quiet down by Chie. She's snoring and sleeping peacefully. I take her makeup pouch and get the eyeliner pencil out. It's out how I know the names of these cosmetic items. I'm getting knowledgeable because I've been dressing as a girl every day. I thought about what I'm going to write on her face and decided to write the character for China on her forehead. Then I also draw a mustache on her cheeks. Great! She looks just like that guy with 4,000 years of history. I leave the room in satisfaction. I get back to my bed and happily fall asleep. Kira. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode real soon.